So, hey, everybody, I have a very special guest that I'd like to introduce you to today, Miss Karen Hickey with Cabi. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you, Shelby?
I am wonderful. So, you and I met through BW Nice, which is a women's networking group that we belong to up in Lehigh Valley. And you did a presentation that was very interesting to me because I know a lot of women that we struggle with how we dress and what we should wear and what we shouldn't wear. So before we start, why don't you educate everyone on Cabi and how long you've been a stylist with them?
Oh, thank you, Shelby. Well, I've been a Cabi Stylist since 2010.
Okay.
This is my 23rd. We have 2 seasons a year, spring and summer and fall and winter. This is my 23rd season. And I have to say it's the best job I've ever had. I love it. It's not only given me an income, and it's gotten me to dress better myself, but I also have made friends that I think will be lifelong friends. So it's a very satisfying job. And I used to dress, I didn't dress my best before I started with Cabi. And just briefly, I would see something on another woman that would look fantastic on her, and I would buy it. And because going back to body types, it would look terrible on me. So through trial and error and lots of education with Cabi, I've really learned how to dress myself and my clients to make them look their absolute best.
It's funny that you say something looks great on someone else. So I'm 5'1.5", right? So, something that looks fantastic on a woman that's 5'8", 5'9", I put it on and it's like, forget about it. It's not a good fit. So one of the things that you had talked about is there are 5 different types of body types. You want to kind of go over what those are, because I was surprised that one of the shapes has changed its name.
Well, back in the day, they used to be apples and pears, and it got away from that because I think people can relate more to geometrics.
Yes.
So the 5, and it used to be 4. They just added the 5th one pretty recently. But the 5 are, what used to be called apple is now called triangle. And that means that your bottom is larger than your top. And most women actually are triangles. God made us that way so that we could reproduce, but not every woman is built that way. There's the second one is what used to be known as an apple, and that's the woman who carries her weight in the middle. We call that a diamond because you're like this. And we'll talk a little bit later about how you dress that particular body type. Very slender women with not a lot of curves, we call those rectangles. And that's a woman who needs to really create curves. She usually doesn't have a particularly large bust line. She can wear a lot of clothes that some other body types can't wear, but she has to be careful to not just look like a clothing rack.
Right.
And the 4th one, or the 4th one, is Hourglass, and that means you have a defined waistline. And if you still have a defined waistline, ladies, you need to show it off. Your friend. Well, I'll talk about a little bit about that later. The 5th one that was added most recently is an inverted triangle. And that your shoulders and the top of your body are larger than your hips. Not a lot of people built like that, but there are some. And what that means is that no shoulder pads. You want to de-emphasize the width of your shoulders and emphasize your bottom. So I'm going to talk a little bit, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, on how each body type should really dress.
Perfect. Please.
On diamonds, diamonds tend to have a full waistline and a full bust, but they also tend to have really good legs. So this is a woman who needs to wear skirts and dresses to show off her fabulous legs. She doesn't want to wear a turtleneck. She wants to wear something that's going to emphasize her décolleté and give her some dimension from here up. And she probably wants to avoid belts. You can wear a belt, but I would put a little light sweater or jacket over whatever you're wearing underneath that. Don't make the belt your primary focus. So that's really what a diamond should do. On a rectangle, as I said earlier, you want to create curves. So there's such a thing in clothing construction called princess seams. And that means in the back of a jacket, the seams go like this. So they automatically create a waistline or the illusion of such. That's what a rectangle wants to wear. We want to create dimension rather than just straight up and down. So a belt is definitely her friend. And also more feminine features on her clothing are her friends. Ruffles, just little flounces, little things that some other people may not be able to get away with. Hourglass, the biggest tip I can give hourglass people is wear clothes that fit. If they're too baggy, you're going to lose your shape. And if they're too tight, they're going to look a little vulgar. So really good looking, skimming your curves clothes are what an hourglass should do. And show off that waistline and show off your curves. Just make sure your clothes aren't too tight, because that is not a good look at all.
Right.
A triangle, we want to de-emphasize the bottom. Most women that I know who are triangles tend to wear darker colors on the bottom and lighter clothes on the top because they want to emphasize this. They also like to wear scoop necks or V-necks, emphasize the décolleté and their pretty neckline. And even a bright lipstick, honestly, it's the littlest things in the world that can change the way you're dressing and the way you look. I will too say that accessories play a really big part in how you can finish a wardrobe. Finish an outfit, and particularly rectangles. When I talk about looking, creating dimension, rectangles can wear really big, chunky necklaces, as can a diamond, because we're trying to get the emphasis up here. I would recommend that an inverted triangle does not wear big, chunky, like in your face things, because that's the size of our shoulders, but pretty much everyone else can.
Awesome. So one of the things that you had, you actually had a little display rack of 5 things that every woman should have in their closet. So why don't you share with me and the group what that is?
Okay. The first one is a great pair of black pants that fit you like a glove and should ideally be a knit fabric, because they'll travel well and they'll hold their shape. If you're in a hurry to get dressed in the morning, you can throw on your black pants. And the second piece that I recommend is a really great white shirt. So if you put your black slacks on and your white shirt, you're 75% dressed. I would also recommend that you have a great pair of shoes with the appropriate heel for those pants, so that there's no thinking when you go into your closet. You grab the pants and you grab the shoes that go with it. And then the other, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. Great pair of sunglasses. When we aren't feeling it and we're going out, we do something, put on your great pair of sunglasses and just rock the world.
I love it.
I'm telling you, you would not believe, put a little lipstick on and a great pair of sunglasses and really you look a lot better. And the last thing I would say is a crossbody bag. I recently went into the city, into New York, and I saw women fumbling with their big bags. And I always have a crossbody bag to, and now that it's summertime, we're going to be out and about a whole lot more, walking around, whatever. Get a really cool looking crossbody bag so that you can throw your stuff in there and be on your way. And I might add a 6-piece now that it's summer, a cool hat, a really cool hat. It'll protect your skin, it'll protect your hair, and you'll look great. So if you put the hat on, the lipstick, and the sunglasses, you won't have to put any makeup on.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I'm sure, okay, that's summertime, but you said you have a fall winter line, so then it must change in the winter of what those items look like, probably with scarves and things of that sort, right?
Exactly. And a great overcoat or coat, a winter coat, because when you walk in the door, when we're wearing coats, that's the first thing people see. It should fit well. It should be a classic, you know, black, camel, whatever, blue, something that's going to last for 10 years. And then what you just said, yeah, you're getting it.
I was listening.
A great scarf and you make your entrance.
Awesome. So one of the things that we had talked about was how to, you know, you get up in the morning and you're rushed and you've got to just get going, and you might be getting the kids ready for school, and then all of a sudden it's time to get yourself ready and go off to work and everything else. So how can it be easier for a woman to be able to get themselves dressed faster and quicker? What is your suggestion there?
An organized closet.
And what does that look like? What does your closet look like?
Well, my closet used to look better. I moved last fall and I'm still in the process of getting it exactly how I want it. But there are different ways to organize your closet. Some people do it by color.
Mhm.
You know, you'll have all your neutrals together.
That's my closet. My husband laughs at me. I've got all my summer stuff, and then I've got it kind of goes from lightest to darkest, and then stripes and everything, so that it's quick and easy.
That's not how I do it, but that's not a bad way. I do it by identification. So I have camis, I have short sleeve, I have long sleeve, I have sweaters, I have jackets, I have jeans, I have pants, and I have dresses.
Okay.
And, only because that's the way I do it. And a trick I'll tell you about finding out what you really wear is, at the beginning of each year, I go into my closet and I turn all my hangers around so that they're facing this way. And every time I wear something, I take it out and I put it in the other way. And at the end of the year, I look at the hangers that haven't been moved and say, why didn't I wear those? Now, some of them, like if you have, you know, dressy dresses that you wear at a cocktail function, whatever, you're not going to get rid of those, of course, if you don't wear them within a year. And certainly the COVID year doesn't count.
True.
But really, it's a smart idea to do that every couple of, if you can't do it every year, every couple of years. And also, if something doesn't fit, get rid of it. I mean, these women that are holding on to 2 sizes ago because they're going to get back into them, I don't think that's a good idea. I think that you dress the body you have today. Of course, if there's something that you really love and you consider it an incentive, then hang on to it. But that's not, I don't recommend that.
Well, and styles change so often too that,
Right.
you know, by the time you are able to squeeze back into it, isn't even in style anymore. So,
Exactly.
So tell me, what is column dressing?
Column dressing is dressing all in one color in the base, like your top and your bottom, and then putting another color over the top of that. So most column dressing is black. You know, you wear black pants, a black top, and then you put a sweater or a jacket or whatever over that. And it tends to make you look thinner. I hate saying that, but we all want to be thinner and look thinner.
Right.
But because it's the illusion, and we all, and especially if you're 5'1.5", Shelby, you want the eye to go this way.
Right.
Okay, so that's what column dressing is. And I would suggest dark on the bottom and light on the top. That always seems to look a little bit more. Our president of BW Nice, Susan, wears that a lot. She wears black with a white, all black with a white or red sweater over it. That's column dressing.
Very nice. And then the other thing that I wanted to ask you is, what is the 3rd piece rule?
The 3rd piece rule, I did it today.
Okay.
So the 3rd piece rule, and it's not really 3rd piece, but that's how stylists refer to it. And it means that you put on your top and your bottom, and then you add whatever that is that gives it a little pizzazz. All right, for me today, it was a bright sweater. It's such a gorgeous day out. I was like, I'm not wearing black. I want to make an impact when I'm on screen with Shelby. But my third piece rule today was my bracelet. Because when I put it on, I was like, ooh, I really love this bracelet today.
That's
So it's
awesome.
something that makes you smile, makes you feel like, let's go back to the black slacks and the white shirt. Then you put a great scarf around your neck, or a big bold necklace, or a hat, or a great bold bracelet, something like that. That's the third piece that completes your outfit, that makes it look finished.
Awesome. So for those of the people that aren't familiar with Cabi, is Cabi clothing only? Do you have a jewelry line? Do you sell hats and glasses? What exactly does Cabi sell?
Well, first of all, it's a direct marketing company. I don't have a brick and mortar store, but I have a 6-foot rack of samples. And I've gotten one thing that Cabi teaches us to do very well is fit people. If I have a size 6 sample in my rack, I can usually figure out by you trying it on what size you are. I have very few returns, very few exchanges, because I'm in my 12th year. So I've been trained and I've kind of got the hang of it. We have every season, we have 6 or 8 pieces of jewelry, because that's the completer that completes things. We are getting more and more into accessories. This past year, we had a couple great handbags. We always have a great scarf or 3. And this season that's ending actually next Thursday, the 30th, we had some great beach cover-ups. So we're getting more and more into the things that are not typically clothing, if you will.
So if someone wanted to check out the line and what options you have, how can they get in contact with you?
They can go on my website, which is www.karenhickey.cabbionline.com. And that's my personal website. And we also have a great app called Cabi Tap, which you can download on your phone. It'll create a closet for you, and you can pick favorites and put outfits together, and it's really fun. I would suggest everybody do it, even if you don't want to buy Cabi. It's kind of like remember when you used to dress up dolls when you were a kid?
Yes.
So my website, my Cabi Tap, they can certainly always, I love personal appointments, and that means one-on-one. You can come to my home here in Easton, and we'll have a personal appointment, and we'll pick a few beautiful things out for you. Or you can host a Cabi show. And that means you bring, however many girlfriends you want to your house. I come in with my rack. I do a brief presentation. Everybody has a little wine. You run around and try clothes on. And you as the hostess get pieces at half off based upon how much we sell at the show. It's great fun.
So this will be posted well before our Red Shoe event. So we might as well take an opportunity to plug that and what you will be doing as part of that. So would you real quickly like to share with everyone BW Nice and our Red Shoe event that we're holding in September?
Sure. The Red Shoe Luncheon and Fashion Show is September 10th at Northampton Country Club from 10 to 2. And I am the fashion show coordinator. So we're going to have 8 outfits, 4 different, 8 women modeling an outfit. So we're going to have something different in Forks Township here, Boutique to Go in Allentown, Cabbie, and Athleta, which is in the Promenade. So they're going to be mostly BW Nice members. There's one, I think, that isn't. But you're going to see our local women looking and feeling their best, and we're going to style them and make them look beautiful, and they'll be at the fashion show. We'll also have silent auction, a wine pool, all sorts of really fun things. It's a great event, and it benefits Third Street Alliance, which is the shelter to prevent domestic violence for women and children.
And that is our charity that we we represent for the Lehigh Valley chapter. So Karen, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today and educating all of these wonderful women that are watching this on just how to dress for success, because it's tough. It's tough. There's so many options out there, and we don't always pay attention to what our body type is. And some people forget there are mirrors, and you know, they need your experience. So I want to thank you very much for taking the time. And guys, give her a call. You can only see her from this way up, but she is a very stylish woman. Every time I see her, she looks spectacular. So that's why I wanted to chat with you. So thank you.
Thank you, Shelby. I really appreciate it.
All right, guys. Everyone have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.